So what happened was that after almost exactly 1 month use of this bandsaw, the blade snapped. I was cutting this piece of steel, which is 5mm thick, and on the lower part there is another 5mm welded onto it, and the first cut went well, no problems at all. But when I wanted to make the second cut in this piece, it snapped off as soon as the blade entered the welding. On the first cut there was no welding, so it was just cutting through. I don't know if I made a mistake. I don't think so, because I was very careful. And the only mistake I can think of, maybe it would have been better if the piece was in horizontal orientation. I tried to make the cut in vertical orientation because I thought it would be easier. But maybe I was wrong. And also maybe this angle, actually when the blade hit the welding, maybe this angle caused the problem. But as I said, I don't think so. I think it was just poor material of the blade. I expected this kind of break to happen where the blade is joined together to make an infinite loop, but it did not. As you can see, there is no joint at this end or at the break. So actually the joint is here, as you maybe can see in this angle. It's a bit hard to see, but I can clearly see that the blade is joined together here. Here is the welding, and it didn't snap off here. It snapped off about 10 centimeters or 4 inches from the welding, so it's not connected to the actual welding of the saw blade. So this is an interesting experience because the machine is still quite lightly used. It's as I said, I had it for 1 month, almost on the day, exactly 1 month, and there is still not even a scratch on the base plate. So it's in very well condition, and it's quite lightly used. Most of the time I used it on aluminium so far, and some smaller steel, or mild steel, but that's it. It is as it is. The next blade will be a higher quality blade. Maybe it's a better choice, but I will try to complain to the shop and see what they are saying, because I think that the blade with such light use, it should hold for much more than 1 month. So how did the story end? This is what happened. As you can see, I have a new blade in the machine now. I went to the shop and complained and they said that they don't have any spares in the shop. It will take until February before they have a spare, and that is, since it's November now, beginning of November, that is far too long. I asked them if they could open a box, give me a blade from the box, and that's it. They opened the box and they gave me the blade, which is this one, and I will use that as a spare because well, as you can see, I do have a new blade in the machine, but that blade is a different one. It's not the original, but a very high quality. This brand, Baco. It's quite a bit more expensive also. It's about 4 times as expensive as the cheaper blades. I had to pay $40 for that blade, but it managed to cut all the material I needed right now, and that's good. As you can see, there is the mark here from the snap off, and to finish the same cut with a new blade was absolutely no problem at all. It just cut through like butter. I don't know if that is because of the blade, but it feels definitely different, and it cuts very well, so it's a happy end. Though I still don't know if the new blade from the same machine is also better or not, but that's it. I will use that as a spare blade in case my blade snaps and I have to order a new higher quality, and while waiting I can just use this one. The reason for wanting to make those cuts are actually connected to my bandsaw also, because I wanted to make new jaws for the vise. Both of these are very near the blade, which I think is necessary if you want to cut smaller pieces. These are the original ones, and these were actually placed about here from the factory, and as you can see, there is a gap of I don't know, about 1 inch between, or 2.5 centimeters between the original jaw and the blade, which is simply too far out to cut a small piece there. With the new jaws I can cut as close as it comes to the blade almost. You see there is a very, very small gap between the blade and the jaws, and that will work nice with smaller pieces. The disadvantage is that when the rear jaw is pulled back, it will touch the machine, so which means that the smallest I can cut is now a few centimeters, or maybe 1 or 2 centimeters shorter than before, but that's not an issue, and in case it will be a problem, I will just reverse this rear plate, and then the distance will be about here. So it will work. And anyway, I don't normally cut such large pieces anyway, so the 100 millimeter I have now instead of 125 is enough for me, at least for most of the cases. So that was the reason why I wanted to make the cut, to be able to make this rare piece from some scrap metal I have at home. So that's it for now. Thank you very much and goodbye once again.